What's going on? We are back again together, and it feels so good. It feels like the high school
Reunited.
reunion, and it feels so good. Welcome to the Inner Circle Podcast. We are your hosts. I am Charlie, and my best girlfriend, Melanie.
Hi, everybody. Did you miss me?
Back.
I
And
was I was
uh,
gone for a minute. Now I'm back with the jump off.
okay, little Kim. um, it feels so good to be back. There's so much to talk about. We honestly, for the first, we usually on at when we tape this because we have our listeners who listen to us on the streaming services, but we tape it live. Today we had to come on a little late because um
I was ripping and running in the streets.
no, not even ripping and running, but we had to catch up. You were ripping and running, but we also had to catch up
Yeah.
personally. Some exclusive tea between us that can't be on the podcast, and we had to catch up personally because and I think in a sense we do that on purpose. Like before the podcast or on the podcast, it flows naturally certain conversations, but the personal other stuff we had to like kiki about real quick. But here we
Yeah.
are together. You were gone last week and
I
you're back.
was.
You're a career woman, honey.
I was
Um,
busy. I was
uh, Talk
away.
to us. Yeah, talk to us. How was your time? I know not obviously specifics, but how was your time and all that good stuff?
Yeah, honestly, I usually have work trips that I like enjoy, and I'm like, oh, I don't want to come home. This was the one time that I was itching to come back. Like I was even plotting to get an earlier flight. But ultimately I had a good time, like an okay time. I just really wanted to be back home in the comfort of my own chambers.
I
And
get that.
but
I get that.
ultimately
Uh
also
huh.
I got to I got to disengage a little bit and like kind of recharge my social battery because I over the weekend I don't even think we really spoke that much, but like I just did not want to even look at my phone. I was tired and mentally exhausted. But I all in all, it was fun. I am going again on another work trip next week, so I'm pretty sure I'm not gonna be on next episode, but I'm here.
We have our good sister, OG Janet on in case you're not
Um,
here. If not, we'll all be kikiing it together.
I'll tell you
Um,
guys where I'm going, but don't try to follow me. I'm going to the Hamptons, honey.
okay. Are you stopping by who has a house in the
The
Hamptons?
Berkshires? No, I'm
Oh
not.
no,
Oh,
Dorinda's
Bethany
Berkshires.
Frankel?
Yeah, that's where they used to go in the
He lives
Hamptons.
in, does she live in Bridgehampton or Southampton?
Ramona doesn't have a Hampton house.
She does. I forget where, but we don't like Ramona. She's canceled. I would rather go to Amagansett with Andy Cohen and his house. But no, I'm going on a work trip to like see accounts and stuff, but it's going to be interesting because I've never actually been to the Hamptons
I'm
or like
excited for you.
Montauk area. So the only the only resources that I have and like any sort of like recollection was old episodes from New York, Real Housewives of New York when
That's
they've
why I'm
gone.
excited for you. Yeah.
Yeah, and some of the restaurants and stuff and like hotels that they've gone and stayed at, I'm gonna go to those. So I'm excited. It's a little quick trip, but it's all good.
No, listen, you have and I've telling you this all the time. Like those little trips you have to appreciate. It's a new
Yeah.
experience. You know me, I'm always someone who says I'm about the experience. Even if it wasn't the greatest, I still had the experience. Like I'm alive
Mhm.
and I had the experience. So I'm excited for you. And again, no matter how big, long or short the trip. But with me while you were away, and
Yeah.
it's kind of bittersweet
Talk to the
because
people.
we've gone to see him. Nah, it's bittersweet because I took you to your first Bad Bunny
Yeah.
concert.
In
I feel
fourth
like
place.
I took it's really bittersweet, and I'm really feeling it right now. Like I took you to your first. And
I
then you
know.
took me for
I
my
was really
birthday.
sad seeing like people post and stuff, and like when you went, I was texting you and telling you like have so much fun, but
Yeah,
I was
yeah,
there in spirit. But please
yeah.
let us know how it went, like
Well,
details,
listen,
please.
listen. We went to see Verão Saint together. You took me for that for my birthday at Yankee Stadium. I've seen the man since he started his first tour. This Por Siempre. I've seen him now 6 times. 6 times, and the most wanted to like. Let me pull up my notes because I wrote notes. I wrote notes. You know, I'm at that point where I have to write notes. Bad Bunny shows are always lit. And guys, I know y'all know I'm a fan, so it may sound like, oh, he's being biased or whatever. But listen, I'm coming to you. I went into this tour, let me be honest, not thinking it was going to be like the other one because of the album. You know how you said it took a while for you to really get into the album? I
Yeah.
admit it, I went into the album from day one because I obviously listened to it. But Verão City is a classic. It's gonna go down in history as one of his best, if not the best, for many people. Along with Yo Hago Lo Que Me Da La Gana album. But Verão City like took it. It was the best-selling album that year. I didn't know that, Melanie. Verão City was he is the first, and I think I wrote this here or I read it. He is the first all Spanish language album that was the best-selling album that year it came out for Latin artists. Yes,
Wow.
I did not know
I mean,
that.
I
So
believe it.
that album is a classic, and that tour was awesome. So for me coming into this tour and then this latest album, which I like it, but I will be honest, so you guys won't say I'm biased. I haven't connected with it like I have with the last album, right? So going into this concert, I'm like, we'll see what's up. But I have to say, like, he doesn't disappoint. One is 360. The 360 stage, he's always done that, which is so amazing because it makes you feel that no matter where you at, although you know I have my ways and I told you about it, but no matter where you're at sitting, it's still a good seat and you're still gonna have a good time.
I
I
wish
had
more artists did that. Like, I wish
360 tours, right?
if there's one takeaway, I wish Beyonce, when she had her Renaissance tour, she had like a 360 stage. That would have been very beneficial to a lot of people.
Mm-hmm. His
Yeah.
360 shows versus another thing I wrote, his 360 shows versus stadium sound experience is much better. No matter where you see it, I just said that.
Yeah.
Also, you could also tell one of the things about being in the industry, you could tell his day ones, which you would have been one of those day ones, versus like from the earlier music from now. Because when he did that set that you were excited about, like that, those old school, you could see the newer. There was people around me that was sitting down for that portion, and I'm like, yeah, they're more of the newer Bad Bunny bandwagons, like the newer music, un verano sin ti
Yeah.
type of shit. And another thing I'm noticing, and it's weird because I think Beyonce started this trend with the Renaissance tour, and then now I think now a lot of artists or fans are gonna follow that whole theme. I reported on here last week about Nicki Minaj, which she texted me about afterwards. I had to kick about my take on the fashions at the Nicki Minaj tour. But with Bad Bunny, you also seen a theme as well, and it was this album, the whole cowboy looking theme, which I'm like, okay, Cowboy Carter, Bad Bunny. But a lot of fans were dressed in the whole cowboy gear, jean jacket, and me, inadvertently, on my mom's grave, inadvertently, I did a whole denim look too. So I kind of like went with the theme without even trying. And like,
Did you take a picture? I don't think I saw one.
a picture
Yeah.
of myself?
Yeah.
Yeah. On the Inner Circle page. Catch it. I posted it. I posted. I think you liked it.
Did I?
Yeah, I was on the red carpet with the Bad Bunny Most Wanted in back of me. You didn't see it?
Yeah.
You liked it.
Yeah. I know which one you're talking about. I don't know why the hell, but for some reason, I was thinking about your outfit. I don't remember seeing like denim on denim. I remember seeing like a tee.
Oh yeah, you did because I took it off.
Yeah.
But in the picture, I did wear the denim.
No, I'm kidding.
I had the denim.
This big bitch be liking my shit and not looking at it properly.
Right? the denim jacket, and I had these denim like jeans cut off in the bottom. I wore his Bad Bunny sneakers.
Yeah,
So, but yeah, that was the theme. Like, there's definitely a theme for his tour, the whole cowboy thing. But listen, all ages. I sat next, like when I say all ages, like I had these Mexicanitos next to my left, and they were like younger, a vibe. Then I had this older couple, Puerto Rican couple, and when I say older, most likely like 50s. Pero tú sabes, los puertorriqueños, los latinos, siempre tienen they still have that picadera
yeah.
adentro, and like that
La
youngness.
gozadera.
La gozadera, yeah. So it's like it was a vibe. It like his shows are a vibe. It brings people together. It brings Latinos together. And I do have to say is mostly Latinos, but Latinos of a lot of different like Mexicans, Puerto Rico. Like he even says, "Dónde están mi puertorriqueño?" Honestly, and I'll admit this right here now. And maybe it was different for the other shows, but when he said "Dónde está mi dominicano,"
It went.
it was way louder than when it was in Puerto Ricans. I have to say, not
Well,
wait, no. I take that back. Not way louder. But I felt like it was a little more Dominicans in there than Puerto Ricans for that show because they were loud.
no,
Unless you Dominicans are loud, and that's why louder.
no. Well, I think that Bad Bunny has a huge Dominican following because he's always said it. DR has been one of the countries that has like actually repped his music, played his music, not just like people listening to it on what are those, not albums, but like those like I forget what you call those, mixtapes.
Yeah.
They played that shit in the radio stations, like syndicated. So I think that's why. And like, I think I sent you clips of a recent Bad Bunny
Yeah.
interview where he was saying like, our RD has always showed him love and stuff. So yeah, of
Mm-hmm.
course. And he's always sold out in New York because hello, it's
The
usually
Latino,
like
like,
it's all the Latinos. And the fact that I think in this album he like mentioned different countries in Latin America. Like he
mm-hmm.
mentioned El Salvador, and I feel like he's like multi-dimensional.
Yeah,
And it's like he doesn't just cater to like just one country. He caters to
yeah.
everyone.
Mm-hmm,
Yeah.
mm-hmm.
So that's
Like
what's up.
it, and to be specific about the show, again, I mentioned 360, the sound, and even the people that said it, they were like the guy to my right with his wifey. He was like, "Yo, I seen him at Yankee Stadium, but I like his tours when they're enclosed because the sound is better." And
Yeah.
I agree. I agree. He came
I
in with a horse, like
I
he
saw that and
with an actual horse.
I heard some like people giving pushback about that because I'm surprised like PETA or anyone wasn't making a big deal about this, but I think for a horse, a wild horse, I guess, to be in an arena like that and people are
But what about
screaming,
it's a domesticated horse? So
is it domesticated? How do we
I mean,
know?
we have circus animals and stuff, right? Well, then again, there's controversy about circus animals and
Right. But
that,
I don't
but
know. I'm not a big, I mean, I didn't claim to be a huge animal lover, but when it comes to horses, I just think automatically like they got them walking strutting down the streets of New York down on Central Park. So
right
it's no different, but like to have, I'm pretty sure that
every
horse
night.
probably had mad fucking anxiety hearing everyone screaming.
Yeah,
So I mean
yeah.
that part is kind of like,
Well,
ooh,
I
but
mean, it's still tamed. It didn't do and knock him the fuck off.
I hope that's the same horse that he's using over and over because what if he gets a new horse for
Nah, it
every
has
show?
to be. Yeah. As a
That horse is
Pisces,
traveling. I hope he's getting money.
I know, right? Maybe it's his own horse. Maybe he bought a horse. You never know. A la
I like
Sutton.
I like
Um,
cotton.
but listen, another thing that I love about him, just like Beyonce, Taylor, Nicki, like Bad Bunny created an experience. Well, actually, no, not just like what I love about Bad Bunny and the difference between these big touring artists like the Beyonces, Taylors, and Nickies is that Bad Bunny always creates an experience with the show. And you know this because of the watches and stuff. This
Mhm.
year he did the necklace cowboy
Yeah,
boot.
I saw that.
And it's like the way it controls the lighting, the place, it's just a vibe. Like,
Yeah,
I'm
it's
sorry,
an
but like
experience. It's a curated experience.
Boom. And I'm sorry, but say what y'all will, y'all favorites that sell the most and that y'all stand over the most and are always out there, like the Beyoncé's and the Taylor Swifts and the Nickies. But me, someone who's gone to most of those girls' tours, not Taylor. And unless I got a free ticket, you won't see me going to that. None of
Right.
her shows. But
I
I've
don't
been
know
to
enough of
other
her
shows,
songs.
and Bad Bunny creates that unified experience with like those little details with those like the watches before, which I have all those watches. I've been to every tour, and now the cowboy boot necklace
Did you get
thing.
me a necklace?
I I thought of it. I tried, bitch, but I was I tried.
Wow, I wasn't missed
I
that much.
tried. I
I thought
tried.
about that. I was like, I should ask him on the spot and see if he got me a necklace. But we got our
I
answer tonight,
tried.
ladies
I
and gentlemen.
tried. I tried. But I thought on my mama's grave, I thought of it while I was walking, and then I seen a box to the side behind a curtain. I'm like, I should go and ask, can I have an extra one? But I was
I
too
will
busy trying to, you know, move in.
One
you
thing
know,
I will
trying
say
to-
about the difference between like seeing Beyonce, and I keep bringing up Beyonce, but like seeing Beyonce and then seeing Bad Bunny, and this goes for anyone. Ramsey, I see that you're watching. Shout out to you. I will say, if you want to experience a Bad Bunny concert, the only place to watch to see that has to be in New York. It cannot be in a different city. I feel like you're not gonna get the same vibe, right? Am I wrong?
No, I see. No, you will get the same vibe because I seen him. The first time I ever seen him was in Connecticut.
Oh yeah, in Foxwoods,
Yeah.
right?
Yep. And
Yeah,
that's a
I
small.
know,
Yeah.
like he's gonna be the same vibe, but I think the people and I don't know how to say it, el ambiente is gonna be different.
Okay, maybe, but remember, Connecticut has Rhode Island, Mass, so there's a lot of Latinos
Puerto
still
Ricans,
there.
yeah.
There's still a lot of
Um,
Latinos. Now, maybe if you go to like Kansas City, maybe if you go to Kansas City, and to see how maybe the
oh
vibe will be
well,
different
remember that
there.
we were talking like the night before, and I was like, oh, maybe I should come see. So
And DC.
while I was in DC, I he was performing that night, and I made a joke to my boss, and I said, oh, I should go to the Bad Bunny concert tonight. He was like, well, are you gonna be fresh and ready tomorrow morning to give your presentations and shit? And I was like, nah, never mind. I'll let it slide. However, there was what state did I see or like
It was
town?
DC, no?
No, remember that I sent
Virginia?
it to you and they were like tickets for like $34.
But wasn't it near your work trip?
It wasn't near my work trip. Let me look it up. Let me
It
look
was
at the screenshots.
DC. It was
It
DC.
wasn't. No, it wasn't. I swear it was like some bum fucking thing. Oh, it was $79 and it was to see him Monday, April 22nd. Where is he? It
No, it
wasn't
was
in
before
DC.
April 22nd because it was a day of where you was at,
DC, the
wherever you was
tickets were
at.
still no, the DC tickets were still like $200, but this place, the tickets were $79. Let me
Oh.
see. Oh, it was the KFC Yum Center. That's in where is this? Oh, he's gonna be in TD Garden. Isn't that Boston?
Boston. That's Boston, though.
Oh,
TD
that's
Garden is big.
I
TD
don't know
Garden
what
is pretty
KFC
big.
Yum Center is. Where is that?
But all in all,
Oh,
Bad
Louisville,
Bunny.
Kentucky. That's what I meant.
Oh, Kentucky.
In
Oh,
Kentucky, in places like those bumfucking towns or cities, sorry, um, in the South, that there's not like a Latino population. Of course, like it would make sense to go. Now, do I really
listen.
want to go to a concert like that? No, not really.
All in all, he's a vibe. His tours are always great, and is not being a Bad Bunny fan.
Hmm.
Pásame la hookah. It's not just being that, but it's honestly always a vibe. Like it feels like a club. It feels like it's a vibe. Like his shows are a vibe. So I recommend it to anyone, whether you know Spanish or you just feel the beat, the music. Definitely go to a bad. Just check it out. He is always a vibe. He did not disappoint. And again, I was a little nervous going into it because this album, where it's a good album, I didn't connect with it as much like the last few,
Yeah.
but it was still fucking an amazing tour, an amazing show, an amazing concert, and special guests that he brought out. So yeah, but speaking of Bad Bunny, I seen Bad Bunny take a picture with this recent guy that I'm gonna talk about. not too long ago, and I was like, oh, cute. And I'm like, oh, that's him. And now this guy releases a certain song that has me hooked. I don't know if you've heard of this guy,
I know you're talking
but
about
NLE
Papa.
Choppa.
Yeah,
Yo,
he's big.
if
He's
I was a
popular
bad
in DR.
bitch, I want to fuck me too.
So I heard that song for the first time in your Instagram, and I'm like, what the fuck does he know about NLE Chopper? But I only
Bad
know him
Bunny.
from the children of today's world where they listen to his music. But I do know that he was in DR for a while, and he was like doing a collab with like Dembo artists in DR, and it was hilarious because he
Nice.
don't speak Spanish. So yeah, that was funny. I think if he was to do a collab or like do a remix,
Him with Bad Bunny.
I wouldn't say Bad Bunny.
No.
I think Bad
Oh, El
Bunny's here.
Alfa.
He's like El Alfa. Yeah,
Yeah.
I think he should do a remix of that song. What is that song like? What is it about? Like being a slut?
No, I look at it as a self-love empowering song. I relate. I've been stuck to that song like me and my songs when I repeat songs, and these songs nowadays are 2 minutes and 2 seconds. So like
Mhm.
I just keep repeating it. But it's basically kind of like self-empowerment. Like if I was a bad bitch, I want to fuck me too. I want to like if I was a bad bitch, I
Wow.
want to hump me too. I want to. There's nothing I wouldn't do to me. But then he's talking about freaky shit in his raps. He's talking about like sit on my face and explicit. But you know me, I'm a freak.
I need to
I
listen
got that little
more.
freaky deaky. I love freaky deaky lyrics that get me in the mood. But no, for the most part, I love it because I feel like
Of
this
course, he's a
empowerment.
Scorpio.
He's a score. No, I know that. But you know what I found out? He's only 21 years old, which makes me feel like I know. I'm like, fuck, he's so cute. But I can't. 21. I can't touch that.
Yeah, he's a child.
He's a child. But like his energy is like very man. But then I Google his age and I'm like 21. Nah.
Yeah.
Mm-mm.
Wow. He's from Tennessee. I've never gotten into his music. I've heard of him.
Me either. This is the first song that like I fucked with.
Hmm.
But he has another "Slut Me Out." This is "Slut Me Out" too. There's another "Slut Me Out" song. But he's a cutie. He's a cutie. He's definitely a good-looking guy. I think he's cute. And the first time I ever seen him and really paid attention to him was where a picture of him and Bad Bunny.
They had a picture together. That's
Yeah,
hilarious.
yeah. I'm like, who's this cutie?
You got two kids.
21. 21, 21. I know I seen that. I'm like, they start off so young.
Wow. Crazy. Well, that I know that's your anthem right now. That's what's up.
Any shows, anything you've been
Funny you
watching,
say
checking
that
out?
because I've been so busy with work and like when I was traveling, I really wasn't watching anything. I started catching up on Vanderpump Rules. I tried to get into the Valley. That shit is not the wave. Like I do not like it. But I will say, for some reason, this weekend, I felt compelled to like watch and just like that, like binge it from the beginning.
Mm.
I don't know why, even though it's not even coming up. The third season's not coming till 2025.
Oh
But
wow.
yeah, I
Well,
gave
with all
Suits.
those changes and firings.
Hell yeah. I gave Suits a break. What else have I
Suits that's funny that you mentioned Suits because I think the other day
mm,
my guy had it on and I'm like, what the hell is this? I think he had Suits on, but
yeah,
that's
I mean it is
crazy.
big. It's popular in Netflix now because
Yeah, it was on Netflix. Yeah,
yeah, that's where I
that's what
watched
it
it.
is. Is it Tiffany Amber Thiessen on that one?
No.
The girl from
Maybe
Saved by the Bell on one of the seasons? Because
maybe. I don't know. I haven't seen. I'm still in season. There's 8 seasons. I'm
it's
in
a
like
cute,
season
cute
3.
white guy, right? In it too. Like I think I see that. I think I was watching it and he was watching it. I'm like, people must be like, who's he? He my man. Um yeah, I think they're watching the same shit.
I
I
don't
think
know, but
so.
my sister came over, my younger sister, and like she started watching The Circle, and I started laughing when I told about you. Yeah, and she's
Who
like,
who? I don't want to say
Ashley.
no. Okay. Well, okay. You said
She
it. But
actually applied to be in the circle.
I applied was to be on the circle,
I was
but
like, girl, what?
I'm
She's
gonna
like,
keep
yeah,
applying too.
yeah, y'all should keep applying. She's a little influencer and she has
I know
her
she just dropped her latest podcast this week. I
artsy
seen she did a
status.
new episode. I seen it. I seen
Yeah.
it because I am
I got the
subscribed.
notification. I was like,
Me
oh,
too.
okay.
I'm like, okay, she's doing a thing.
Artsy
Artsy
status, yeah.
status. Yes.
Mhm.
So she just dropped a new episode 4 days ago. So check it out. Hopefully, maybe one day she if with
If
your
she's up
great
for it,
with
if
your
I'm up for
blessings
it,
with
you
your
know me. Try to get
you did
it.
not hear me with your blessings first. I know with your blessings, maybe one day she'll come and we could chop it up.
Yeah.
Listen, me and your sis will get into some spiritual shit. Just know that
Exactly. But no,
we'll
but
get
as
into.
far as music, I mean, not music, TV shows, I've been like, nah, I've been in a funk, like repeating the same shit. But I will say, what did I watch? I've been watching Saturday Night Live. I told you last week I saw,
I
not
heard
2 weeks
that
ago,
the Ryan Gosling one. I
that
seen around it.
was
That was rave reviews.
funny.
Yeah, I heard. I heard. I don't watch
He,
Saturday Night Live anymore like
he's
that, but
hilarious. And like, the fact he's married to Eva Mendes. So like,
I love that he's
he's
married to a
Spanish.
Latina.
Yeah. He was like, my favorite word is coño. I'm like, oh.
Oh, coño.
I love white
Ah,
guys that
Bobby.
have like white guys with like I don't want to say swag, but like outside the
Swag.
box, outside the cookie cutter little, you know. But yeah, that was
Yeah.
cool.
Listen, we have to. There's no way we could like go through this podcast. And part of me was like, yo, we should have done like an emergency bonus episode podcast the
Hmm.
day all this craziness was happening. And for us, it's craziness. And for the people who do follow us and listen to us and like our portion when we talk, bravo, bravo, fucking bravo. Wow. Listen, this past Monday was insane with all the Bravo news that was coming left and right.
Yep.
Like Mercury retrograde, universe, what is going on? Because
You were sharing the messages to me, and all I see is ding ding, and you're like gagged. I'm like, what the fuck? Yeah, it was
exactly.
insane.
It was like, what the fuck gag moments? Like, what is going on right now in the universe? Listen, Bravo had a busy Monday.
Yeah,
Mondays are a drag for RuPaul.
we gotta
For
talk about Drag
Bravo,
Race after.
but for Bravo, it was if it's up, it's stuck. And let's go down the list. Not surprisingly, confirmed, Miss Robin Dixon is out officially from season 9 of Real Housewives of Potomac. She confirmed it herself. And listen, I gotta give a little.
Golf clap.
I gotta. To Robin because she is one of the first housewives, and not the first housewives, I think, who admits that she got fired
She's not one of the first. She's like one of a few.
publicly. Right away, publicly. But listen, maybe not the first, but kudos to you that you admitted that you got let go. Blame your husband. Reevaluate that relationship, buddy. Because if I was him, if I was a ride or die, and I really wanted to be with you, to save your check, our check essentially. Because let's be real, he's unemployed. I would have shown up and showed out for you, ride or die, because that's the guy I am as a Pisces. But blame your man.
What sign is Juan Dixon?
Oh, I never looked that up actually, but I know Robin is an Aries. Robin is an Aries.
She cried in her latest episode in her Reasonably Shady. She cried about being let go.
Oh, she cried too?
She cried and was like, it sucks. She's not upset, quote unquote, that she got let go. She's just upset that she's not gonna be like with Giselle. But like ultimately, bitch, you're crying because you wanted to make all these spas and like this was a source of income. Let's be reality.
Not only that, you lied. You didn't share your real life. You are on a reality TV show, Real Housewives. Ooh. What's his sign? Don't tell me. No.
It's an air sign. Take a wild guess.
Oh, thank God it's not. Thank God it's not a Pisces or an Earth sign. An air sign. Oh, a Libra.
October 9.
Libras are freaky deaky. Libras are not. Libras are freaky deaky. They're open. Ti allegedly. Libras need to find that person, or maybe Robin is that person. Maybe that's why she's still with him. Libras are on. I dealt with a Libra who was in love with me. I'll be
Mm.
honest. Do you know who that is? You know who that is. Rhode Island, who has a Virgo boyfriend. It
Yeah,
starts with a
I know.
Nick. Okay, Nicki Minaj.
I'm like, don't reveal the
I
sources.
didn't reveal the sources. You know, I have my ways. Listen, Libras. I'm not knocking Libras. Libras are cool people, but Libras are not. I feel a lot of Libras are can't be tied down. They're like into
They found.
polygamy. They're into polygamy.
Mm-hmm.
Into listen, I'm not into polygamy. Open relationships. You know, maybe that. But like they're into like just being like. I'm not into polygamy. Let me just clarify that. Polygamy and open is two different things. But
Yeah.
yeah, I know from dealing with a few Libras, not one, a few, and reading about Libras. Ti, I read all those
From
stories
my
allegedly.
experience, from my
Talk about
experience,
your experience, girl. Go talk, speak on it.
I've dated a couple Libras, and like from my experience, they are very bare minimum effort, like low effort, low energy. They have all this energy to show that they're interested,
And
but
to
when it comes to
receive,
actions,
and to receive.
and to receive. But when it comes to actions, baby, it's not the same. It is not.
And I always say actions speak louder than words. But listen, Robin Dixon, I thought you should have been gone from last season. You should have been on this season. You came and like wasted dead space and kind of
Go.
created for the first time a
Hmm.
kind of like in the franchise because I last year me and you will be like, oh my god, blah, blah, like no, last year was 7, right? It was even it was the season after Monique left where I was a little disgruntled because I'm a Monique fan, but
Mm.
season 6 still carried, and me and you was still Kiki. I will me more to you voice texting how it was still carrying after Monique. Season 7 was good too, but this season was like I agree with a lot of the fans and Andy. Like it was Um so listen, Robin, sayonara.
Bye, girl.
Bye,
Oh,
but you
and
wasn't as open.
next one. The
The
next one that
next
got
one.
the top.
And that's what we got to tell you. As we know, oh no, as we know, Candace left. And I
No,
truly believe Candace Dillard Bassett left. But that same day, I don't know, the universe or Bravo, Candace announced, and I felt it, and other podcasts I listened to, they kind of said it too. And it's like, wow, Candace Dillard and her husband, Chris Bassett, announced that they're expecting a baby. So congratulations to Candace and Chris. Listen, I admit here, like I haven't been the biggest Candace. I've for many seasons I wasn't always on Candace's side. Like Monique is my girl, and I still stand by Monique.
mm,
I feel, and you and I had this conversation.
yeah.
The last 2 seasons or so, like you kind of it's kind of like our presidential run right now, right? Like
Mm,
you kind of want to go for the lesser of two. Like I'm not excited for this year's presidential thing. Like I'm not really happy with what's going on right now, but I'm not happy with the candidate that's going to run versus who's going on right now. But you
yeah.
got to choose the lesser of two evils, right? So it's the same thing with me and Candace's relationship. I feel like in the last 2 seasons or so, like I side with her and I agree with her, and I'm glad she sees it herself that Giselle was basically took an opportunity with the whole Monique versus Candace thing, and she never really was there for Candace. It was her hatred versus Monique, which I always knew and I always said. So I'm glad Candace realizes that.
Yeah.
Um, but anyways, congratulations to Candace. I ripped from my heart, and I told you this, and
Mhm.
I felt certain ways
I know
about
that you don't care for her, but I will say, as a fan of Candace, she did bring entertainment. Call it what you will. She
absolutely.
still produced as a
Great
housewife.
linguistic,
What
great linguistic person.
witty as fuck, but also she did make valid points and call people out for their shit. I think that her reputation and the perception that people had of her and like her first and second and third season or whatever, it like followed her no matter what. If I am pretty sure if she would have never gotten into that altercation with Monique, I don't think the hatred for her would be
Mm.
as rampant as it is
Mm.
currently or
I
was.
agree. I agree.
And as far as like,
Because I like Candace before the whole
yeah,
Monique thing.
and I think that as far as her leaving the show, I think that that was a smart choice, a very deep, like thoughtful decision for two reasons. One, she needs to take care of her health, and she's gonna be a mom. That's
And
one.
pregnancy is important. You can't be stressed during pregnancy,
Exactly. Like
especially if you're
Ashley,
trying.
I don't know how Ashley Darby did it with having her fucking man basically doing the shit he was doing, but I think she needs to focus on motherhood, and that's something that she wanted for the longest. And two, her music career, and she's called this out too. None of the housewives that have been singers are actually like known to be actual singers. They've just gotten far for being like kind of like I I don't know how to explain it, but like they're not really like known to be Grammy winning. The only one is Candy Burris, who was actually in a show for being a
Well,
singer.
she was already established before the
She was
housewife.
already established from Escape, but I think that the housewives that come in and then they're like they have this budding singing career, like the Countess, like Melissa Gorga, like even Portia, all of them, like that doesn't last. Or
Hmm.
even Kenya Moore, I'm sorry, you guys weren't singers or lyricists, whatever, back beforehand, like Candy. So I think that it was great that she actually decided to leave. Who's to say she's not gonna come back? Kenya Moore left while she was pregnant
And
and
she
then
came
came
back.
back. I will say
Hmm.
two things though. I think this will probably open the opportunity for Homegirl to come back,
She
Monique.
doesn't want to. Not
No,
interested.
good because I don't really care for her to be honest.
Don't go
I
there.
don't like
Go.
her. I don't know what there's. I don't know what there's
Hey.
to like. I really don't know what there's
There's
to like.
about to be a girl fight. No, I love her fashions, her confessionals. She is like very good too. I love a good wordsmith, a shade queen. Like I love it, and she also stood up to Giselle. She's seen who Giselle was from the beginning. Candice didn't see that. Candice got used by Giselle to as a puppeteer for Monique's
But
hatred.
can you blame her? You know how Virgos are. Virgos are very convincing.
Moving on.
Oh, you forgot to mention NECA
No,
also got fired.
I was good. We're right
Sorry.
here. No. We're right here. We're right here. It's okay. That's why we're hosts, and we transition together. NECA, you're right. NECA also got
Garbage.
fired.
You didn't bring nothing to the table. Just hate and fake
You didn't
shade.
like her.
And
I didn't like her either. It's not that I didn't like her. I
it seems
see.
so fake to me. Like
Yes.
she
Yeah.
forced friendship because
Forced.
she was against Wendy. And
Mm.
like how aggressively she would like come at Wendy. Girl, like even if you knew that Wendy felt some type of way about you, at least pretend. When Wendy first came on and her and Karen had some slight beef, Wendy played it cool. She wasn't like anti Karen and talking shit about Karen. She threw shade at her during confessionals, but still, she
You're
tried
right.
to, like
I
mend the
see your
fences
point.
and stuff.
You're right.
Nika didn't come. She like off the gate engaged in the conversation about the Osu thing. She
I
shouldn't
like
have
that
done that.
viewpoint. You're
Like
right.
respect people's culture, your own culture, and also she lost me when she was drinking champagne and taking prenatal vitamins. But she want to be a mother,
You
bro?
told me that.
Please.
Yeah. You're right. You're right. I see. I well spoken, and I agree with that. You're right in that
I
comparison
know.
when Wendy first came on, um, with the whole Karen thing. Well, I agree. No, when you're right, you're right. I give it up to you. I don't always agree with certain things, but in this situation, you said it right, and I agree with that because it took me back, and I'm like, you're right. They did that. It's
Yeah.
just, you're right. Let's continue, girl, because there's more. Fucking Bravo. Monday was a day with Bravo. Another firing. Crystal Minkoff from Real Housewives of Beverly Hills
Mm.
confirms that she's not coming back. There was already, we didn't report about it here on the Inner Circle podcast because We didn't really care about Anne
Mm,
Marie.
you sure don't.
Like,
Bye, girl.
who's that? But Crystal Minkoff, who was for 3 seasons, is not coming back either. And listen, uh, it's not a love loss. It's not a love loss either way, Crystal. To be honest, what's your thoughts?
I think that Crystal, had a good run. I think it was nice to have a younger housewife, especially in Beverly Hills.
And the
And
first
I
Asian
also
American on Beverly
Asian
Hills.
American, self-made also. But also I think
She's
that
rich, honey.
she is rich. That is Lion King money, honey. But she also like had struggles with, her eating disorder and stuff. So it was nice to see her in that light. She's very smart, very intelligent. However, she didn't really bring much, and like I think she did what she had to do. Her last season, the last season she was on,
Mm.
she's
She tried. She
she tried.
tried to step a
She
pussy
spoke.
up.
She tried to like speak up for herself and stuff. But like, how much more do you have to do at this point? Like, what other fight is she gonna pick?
But
It's kind of tired.
in the words of JoJo, it's just a little too late.
Yeah,
And the Bravo execs and Andy thought that too. So bye, Crystal.
they gone.
Really quick, I should have connected this while we was on Potomac, with Candace and NECA. But your thoughts on Kierna, because I personally think I want to
Yarna.
see more of Kierna. I want to see
I
more
love
of her.
Yarna. I think she's a breath of fresh air. I thought it was very. I think she's not. She doesn't. She's not a try hard. I like that
Yeah,
she's a businesswoman.
yeah.
She's very like well spoken in the sense where she wasn't all ratatat like that with until
Like a
Deborah.
Deborah.
Yeah, until
Jinx.
Deborah got her in that mood. Yeah. I think she would be cute if she was a friend of. I don't know if she's gonna be
A full time
a full timer. I
next
think
season,
that
but I
there's
want to
so
see
many
her next
other
season.
people. There's so many other people in like the DMV area that maybe that they should like grab. Something, they need to shake it up. Bring a white girl. Bring a Latin girl. There's a lot of fucking different cultures, and bring an Ethiopian girl. There's a
Mm,
lot of different cultures. I mean, we did have one with Ascala. She was Ethiopian, but still,
yeah,
you know what I mean? Bring someone else.
yeah. I mean, word on the streets, girl, because right now the remaining are Karen, Giselle, Mia. Mia's definitely coming back. Mia
Hmm.
kind of like resurrected towards the end,
Hmm.
like, and she did her thing during this reunion. We have Giselle, Karen, Mia, Ashley, but word on the street, Wendy's also allegedly.
I
So
think
we already
Wendy.
lost Candace, we already lost
Yeah.
NECA, and now supposedly Wendy. So we'll see. I don't know. What do you think?
With Wendy, I really like Wendy, but Wendy is tapping into too many things, and I think that she's using this platform to
Try to
brand
hone into
herself.
something. Yeah.
She's branding herself with the candles. She's branding herself with this like show that she has. I don't know. She wants to like not do the profession. Like she doesn't want to be a professor anymore. You're spreading yourself too thin. Like next, I predict next season she's gonna have a new venture. And one thing that I've noticed
If
about the
she's on
Housewives
next
is
season.
like if she's on. One thing that I noticed about the Housewives is that once you have too many ventures, people don't take you serious and people start mocking you. Case in point, Ramona with all her true fake
Mm,
jewelry, her Ramona Rose or whatever Pinot Grigio,
mm.
everything like it's too much. You're like pushing it too much.
Well,
So
well, listen. To leave Potomac for good, I
yeah.
want to secure my back. Now, Miami shot no more firings, but
Mhm.
Miami shocked us with more news.
Who did?
Alexia
No,
Alexia Echeverria, now Alexa Napolia. Well, she's gonna be Echeverria
Papola.
again, if you believe the rumors, because I have my theory and we'll get into it. But Alexia and Todd Napola filed for divorce from Alexia. So it wasn't Alexia, it was Todd. What were your thoughts on this? Go on, because I had my theory. After sunk it, I was shook because I sent it to you. I was like,
Mhm.
bitch, what's going on? I was shook.
I was
But
shook
then
too.
when things started settling for me, because this Mind of Mine.
Mhm.
Shout out Zayn, Mind of Mine album. This Mind of Mine. I started thinking fuckery. But give me your opinions first.
I think when I first saw it, I was gagged, gooped. like shook.
Hi,
But
Adriana.
I think that with yeah, exactly. I think that with me, I it's surprising when it's the man, like the husband
That files for it.
that filed for divorce, and he cited that the marriage was irrevocably broken. Uh, I don't.
Irretrievably broken?
Yeah,
Irretrievably broken? Really? I thought there was
yeah,
no. I
irretrievably broken.
I heard that there was no citing of why the marriage was broken.
No, that was it. I did a rabbit hole and I looked it up, and
Okay, okay. We were
yeah,
trying to figure this out between us last night before we came on the podcast.
yeah,
You see,
and
we be
I
trying to
read
find out
that
shit.
they signed the prenup 6 days before they got married. And
Okay.
remember, her getting married was a whole fucking ordeal because her mother, who
Yeah.
was on the show for many seasons, like
Yeah.
made like cameos and stuff, she died during COVID, the day of the actual wedding, the day that they were supposed to get
Crazy.
married. So they ended up not getting married that day and ended up getting married, I think, in St. Bart's.
Hmm.
Yeah, and they ended up getting married away on vacation or whatever. So I don't know. There was a lot of red flags there. I will say one thing about him was that he was very like a true Leo. Always had to put his
No, Leo. He's a Scorpio.
oh whatever, tomato tomato. He always had to put his 2 cents in like situations. I feel, and like I don't know. It was just fucking weird. The whole renting, she's freaking out about renting in a new apartment because they have to be up, the lease is up, and all this shit. And he was just like very chill about it. And the way his interaction with her sons was not that great.
Mm,
It wasn't. But like, what warrants like citing retrievably broken?
I don't know, but it goes back. Like I feel like justice for Adriana. She called it. She said it. She
You
said
know,
it.
I don't Adriana, I like her and I feel like bad for her sometimes because I feel like she's a hurt woman. Like
She
her
is,
father. She
but it
lost
doesn't take away from sometimes reporting the truth.
true. Well, I hope that she's not the type of person that's like, oh, I told you so, or like reaping in her grief.
Yeah, I don't know, but this Monday,
Do you think
there's a
it's a
lot of.
publicity stunt?
Okay, so thank you. I think after sunk in, I think it's a storyline. I hear from sources because I be digging in and I be doing my thing. I hear from sources that with them trying to shake up because let's be real, the last 3 seasons of Miami since it came back, it's been the same cast. The
Yeah.
producers are thinking of shaking things up, and certain people, if not a lot of people, are on the chopping block. And listen, Alexia, for the most part, has been someone who she makes a great housewife because a lot of things since the show started has happened to her naturally.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, her son Frankie, um, her mom, her ex-husband Herman, her ex-husband Herman dying and being having a whole gay secret life in the thing. Now this, actually
Yeah.
no, not now this. So it's all organically been done, but now this, for me, although everything in the past has felt organic, this for me feels calculated.
Mm.
And if we've seen shows and we know shows and stuff, we know. I mean, no shade, but we know. In Alexia, my mom is a Taurus, so there's no shade. But Alexia's a Taurus, so we know Taurus can play a calculated game. You know what I'm talking about.
I don't.
You
I'm not
know,
close with I'm not really close with Tauruses.
we
I
didn't
mean,
watch
that's
a we
right.
didn't watch a recent game show on TV.
We good?
All right, don't say that thing. I'll tell you after.
Um,
After the show.
the only
So
the only Taurus that I know that I'm close with is my cousin who wants to make her ex-husband, who's a Pisces, a living hell. She likes to play games with him.
there you go. Look at. There you go. All right, but I mean, what did I miss anything about the fucking Bravo universe news? Like, it was so much. Like, anything else come out? Anything
Um,
that I missed?
I mean, it wouldn't be
There was so
Housewives
much.
related. I think with Vanderpump Rules, so much is going on But
Ugh,
whatever, I don't have to
I
touch
don't.
on that.
Yeah,
You
listen.
don't
I
care
will
about
always
that.
no. Listen, I will always hold because you come on here too, so I will always hold a time to hear about Vanderpump Rules. But I don't care about that. So I never got into it. Even last year with the whole scandal ball thing, I don't
Mhm.
see it. I don't. I don't even look that way. Look that way. Look that way. Like I
Yes.
know. I know. But do you have before we end the show? I'm so happy to be back and just chopping it up.
I
And just
know.
like
I missed you so much. I feel like I haven't spoken to you. We talk every day, but sometimes, like, if I'm not on the show, it feels
yeah,
like we haven't really actually spoken.
because we don't go extensive into it. We like chat and stuff, but like,
Yeah.
but do you have before we go and end it a
Hmm.
nice little never have I ever one of our favorites? And
Never have I ever. Yes, I do.
let's see. Hold on, why isn't it loading? Oh, oh, I got him. Never mind.
It's
Let's
fine. We
go.
don't need an intro for a game that we've played. This one is gonna be a little more relationship centered. So I mean, not that it
Oh
matters, but
boy.
okay, we have our paddles. So never have I ever stalked my ex's social media. I have my like, but to
I
be
have.
honest, I don't think I'm trying to think. It takes a while because I like they're blocked immediately. Never have I ever kissed someone I just met.
Oh.
I did that.
Please, for gay men at a club all the time.
I can't believe I did that. Never have I ever had a friend with benefits. I
Listen,
have not.
I don't know why I play this game. I always
Never
have.
have I ever broken a promise.
I have.
I
I
mean,
have. And no, I couldn't admit that.
I don't like to date with someone I met on social media. Yeah,
Well,
actually,
there's gay. Well, I guess
yeah.
because there's apps, social media. They're all the same.
My longest relationship, we met through like Instagram. And it was when Instagram had no DMs. So I had to give him my Twitter. And that's where we went to talk and DM each other.
Oh Lord.
That was
That's
back
a
in
lot of work.
2013. Never have I ever fallen in love at first sight. It doesn't have to be with
I
a
have
person,
I never. Okay, I'm glad I have a.
not a person, but like clothes, shoes. Never have I ever been catfished. I want to say no.
Not that I know of.
No, not that I know of. Never have I ever gone out of my way to impress someone. I like to impress myself.
Mm-mm.
No.
I
Never have
mean, there's some form of impression you want to do, but not like go out my way. So no.
yeah, like fuck out of here. Take me as I am.
Uh huh.
Never have I ever been
Impress me,
told.
bitch.
Never have I ever told someone I didn't want to be friends with them anymore. You know me. I'm
I
good for
have.
that.
Yeah, I have.
I am good for that. Never have I ever said I love you and not meant it. I mean, at the time, I didn't think.
Nope. Ask about me. I've never said I love you and not meant it. I've said I've always been truthful, so I have never not. When I say I love you, I really mean it. But I don't say I love you if I don't mean it. I'm
Never have.
actually honest about it.
Okay. Well, never have I ever worn clothes or makeup to cover up a hickey. I don't get. You
I
can't
have
see my
never.
hickeys. Oh wait, you can't see my
If
hickeys.
no if no hickeys could be seen, is on me. I'm darker than you. Yours can be seen
No,
more
you
than
can't
me.
see my hickeys because it's not like you're seeing them where they're at.
Oh, you dirty,
Dirty girl, dirty girl.
dirty gal.
Um,
Three
ne-
more.
okay. Never have I ever sent a text message I ended up regretting. I
I
have when I
have.
sent you
Jinx.
a voice. I meant to
Oh wait.
send you a voice note. I meant to send you a voice note, and I sent it and talking shit about a person, and I sent it to the person.
And remember the time I think I sent you a nude and I didn't mean to send
Yeah,
you a
and
nude.
I was sleeping, and you're like, blowing up my phone. This is hilarious. I was sleeping like a baby, and Charlie was blowing up my phone. I thought there was an emergency. He's like, "I just sent you a text message, but wait, don't open it. Don't open it. Just delete it. Just delete the thread." And I was like, "Okay," and I just deleted it. And the next morning, I'm like, "Why did you ask him to do that?" And it was because he sent me a fucking ass shot. Anyway, never, never have I ever received a nude. Yes, I have.
I'm gonna get mad. Of course, I received nudes.
Never have I ever looked through someone's phone without them knowing.
I
Yep,
have.
and I do it again. Well, if God allows it, if God leaves it there and allows it,
Listen,
that's for me to see.
I believe that the universe, if it's allowed and it opens up, I believe the universe wants you to see something that you should see. So there
I
you
believe
go.
I believe in the MTA. If you see something, say something.
Amen. And with that being said, this was an amazing show, y'all. Yo, it feels so good to be back. This is a good episode. This is a good episode. This is an amazing show. As you guys know, Melanie may not be here next week, but we have Sean joining me next week. And Sean don't know either. But thank you guys so much. This was a great show. Thank you guys for listening, watching, streaming, sharing. Make sure to follow us on all your favorite platforms. We will see you guys next week. Same place, same time. Adios.
Bye.
Thank you for watching. Make sure to follow, like, share, subscribe, everything the Inner Circle Podcast, and catch us every Wednesday live at 8 p.m. on YouTube and Facebook.